understood what is it. Now, let us move into another dispute, another problem. See, this is the the most fascinating boundary between any two countries. Okay, fascination for all of us, outsiders. It is a nightmare for the people living there, but otherwise it is very fascinating for all of us, no doubt regarding this. Where the villages allowed to travel into Bangladesh? No, when there was no corridor, we were not, if they enter, we used to shoot them down, and they were living in these two villages as if, it is like a jail surrounded by India. So, it is very difficult for them. See, normally the lease is for 90, that is the conceivable time, 99 years is a reasonable time for any lease, that is why it is done. It can be 100 years, 999 years and all, but generally what is conceived is for 100 years, that is why it is done. Okay. So, that is how this particular issue was there. So, Bangladesh separated from what is the region? I think you have not attended the class then. Danya is asking such question, why Bangladesh separate from Pakistan? So, tum to kahan thi? Where were you? So, I have talked elaborately. You missed many things in life. Okay, life hi barbaad ho gaya tumhara. Okay. So, undivided Berubari is with India. Undivided Berubari is with India. As a compromise, we agreed to divide, but that has been annulled in 1974. And it is with India. Okay. So, now coming to the enclaves issue. This is another funny thing, and the border enclave and land boundary agreement of 2015. Border enclaves and land boundary agreement, okay, border enclaves and land boundary agreement, and these enclaves are also known as chit mahals. Chit mahals, okay, and this is again unique to India. Nowhere else in the world you will find this kind of a problem, and now let us see what is that problem. Okay, in the Indian Supreme Court, which country Supreme Court, some people are asking, Indian Supreme Court decided, obviously when we agreed, it was challenged in the Indian Supreme Court by the people of Indian, those who are affected, and the verdict came in 1971, okay, which said that this agreement is acceptable. Now, you please see carefully, don't now you see, in North Bengal again, you can see Cooch Behar. I hope you can see this, Cooch Behar, Cooch Behar. See, before partition, before independence, Cooch Behar was a kingdom. Similarly, you can see Rangpur, okay, Rangpur, Cooch Behar, Jalpaiguri, all these places are here only. We are talking about Jalpaiguri district in the Berubari, okay, Cooch Behar. So, Cooch Behar was a kingdom, Maharaja of Cooch Behar. Rangpur was a Muslim majority region, it was ruled by a Nawab, Nawab of Rangpur. Okay. So, that much is clear. Now, when independence took place, Muslim majority regions went to Pakistan, and these kingdoms and these Nawabs and all, they were given the freedom to join either India or Pakistan. Muslim majority, this Nawabs and all, they joined Pakistan quite naturally, and Hindu majority areas and kingdoms, they joined India. So, these princely states either joined India or Pakistan. Cooch Behar joined Indian Union, Rangpur joined Pakistan. Okay. There is no issue with that. Now, let us see what is happening. Now, during this, before this, now in ancient time, especially these kingdoms and all, they have no work. You know it very well. What will a king do on a daily basis? कुछ नहीं करता है, खाना है, पीना है, hunting पे जाएगा, ताश खेलेगा, polo game, this, that, they have weird, hobbies and things like that. So, this Maharaja of Cooch Behar and the Nawab of Rangpur, they were close friends. Their main hobby at that time, for many generations, their hobby used to be playing cards. Okay, tash khelna, playing cards, and it was a very prestigious game for them. Say today if Maharaja is invited to Rangpur for playing cards, he will come with all his parivar, this, that, lot of eating, drinking, everything, playing cards. And when it's a very prestigious game, and when they play, they used to keep prize money, and the prize money used to be the villages. Please see what used to happen at that time. The prize money used to be the villages, and they will say, and why villages? Because the income for them is the tax, which the land tax which they get is the income for the Maharajas and the Nawabs. So the best villages where more population is there, more income is there, more agricultural production is there, such villages used to be kept as the prize money, and they used to write a chit, that is a chit mahal. You see, and what it is, we use the term, this is called the chit mahals. In a chit, small piece of paper, they will write, say X village from Kuch Bihar Maharaja. Say Y village from Rangpur, they will keep as the prize money. Whoever wins the card game, it will go to, suppose Kuch Bihar Maharaja wins, means Y village is will be handed over to Kuch Bihar. Now next year, when the collection of the tax time comes, the Kuch Bihar king will go and collect the tax. Poor villages had no idea. They are continuing with their routine life. Next year when the Maharajas, tax collectors come, so they realize that, oh, our Nawab Sahib has lost, now it is in the hands of the king, so we have to give tax to the king. And in another year, if Nawab wins, Nawab's party will go and collect the tax, then the people of that village will realize that, acha, now we are in this kingdom, hame pata hi nahi tha, we did not know. So this game has continued, this continued for many decades and many generations. When partition took place in 1947, as I told you, Kuch Bihar joined Indian Union, Rangpur joined Pakistan. So at that time, Kuch Bihar said that this is my territory plus some of these villages in Rangpur. So he said, Mera kitna hai? What is mine? I said, oh, I have not only my territory here. Kuch Bihar said, suppose this is the territory, just for a second you please, and Kuch Bihar says this is my territory, this plus so many villages in Rangpur. Rangpur said, yes, this is my territory. Rangpur has joined Pakistan. So Rangpur said, ye mera territory hai, but I have some villages in Kuch Bihar. So these villages which were exchanged during that card game are called the enclaves. Okay, these enclaves. So that means Kuch Bihar's enclaves in Rangpur and Rangpur's enclaves in Kuch Bihar. Or finally, when independence came, we are saying that Indian enclaves in Pakistan, Indian enclaves in Bangladesh, I am not using Pakistan because it will confuse you, and Bangladeshi enclaves in India. So in the card game, our Maharaja of Kuch Bihar was a better player, he was a smart player, or his family was smarter. So because of the smartness, Kuch Bihar had 111 villages in Rangpur, and Rangpur and the Nawab, he was not that good player, he had only 51 villages. So 111 versus 51, 111 villages, Indian villages are in Pakistan and 51 villages are in India, and these are called enclaves. Okay. So it was there, And this regarding this in a census, when the joint census was conducted in 2010, it was found that there were 51,500 people living in these 111 plus 51 is equal to 162 villages, and out of this 37,300 in Indian enclaves, 37,300 in Indian enclaves, and around 14,200 in Bangladeshi enclaves in India. Okay. And in fact, in 1958, during the Nehru-Noon agreement, 1958, okay, Jawaharlal Nehru and Feroz Khan Noon was the Prime Minister at that time of Pakistan. Feroz Khan Noon, the Prime Minister of Pakistan at that time. In that agreement, it was decided that these, see now what is happening, these 100 and this is the boundary in India, Pakistan, this is India, and we have many villages, 51 of them which are Pakistani villages in India, and in Pakistan there are 111 villages, 111 of them which are Indian villages, but in Pakistan, and they have no access, and they are surrounded by Pakistan, and you cannot come out of the village, they have to live within the village only, and they were given some sort of a pass for basic minimum activity facilities it was given, otherwise Indians surrounded by Pakistanis and Pakistanis surrounded by Indians in the Indian side. So, it was a very difficult, it is like a jail, they were living because they have no freedom, nothing, and they were living as in their own land, in their own villages, they were living like jailed persons. Their human rights, their educational rights, health rights, nothing was protected. It was a hell life for them. In 1958, it was agreed, Nehru and Noon agreed that these 51 villages in India with the Pakistani villages, Pakistan will give up that 51 villages, and India will give up those 111 villages, so that 111 villages, Indian villages will become Pakistani villages, and the 51 Pakistani villages will become Indian villages, and the matter can be settled, even though there is a difference in the land now, because there is only 51 villages here, and so the area, the total area of those 51 villages are less, and 111 villages on the other side. So, even though there was a difference in the area and all, both agreed to exchange without any compensation or anything, it was agreed at that time, but this matter could not be implemented, please remember, because of the Supreme Court interference. It was the whole agreement was challenged in the Supreme Court, in the Indian Supreme Court, and finally the Supreme Court gave the verdict only in 1971, and by that time the East Pakistan issue, the civil war was going on. So, this verdict was never, or this agreement was never implemented. And in 1974, when the Prime Ministers of India and Bangladesh signed the land boundary agreement, it was found, even though they agreed, but the exchange did not take place. So, in 1974 also, even though the land boundary agreement was signed, it was never implemented, and again in 1975 the army coup took place and the exchange never took place. Matter continued, the people of this region continued to live in that very difficult situation, no development activity, nothing in these villages, because Indian villages are deep inside Bangladesh or Bangladeshi villages are deep inside India, and they were not able to do anything. So, it was a very, very difficult time for them. And finally, in 2011, during Dr. Manmohan Singh's visit to Bangladesh, it was decided that we will exchange the villages or the chit mahals or the enclaves, meaning the Bangladeshi villages in India, 51 of them, Bangladesh will hand over to India, and Indian villages in Bangladesh, 111 of them, India will hand over. Of course, there is a small difference in the property, But to do that, a constitutional amendment is required in India. Indian constitution says any exchange of territory with a foreign country, constitutional amendment is required. But during Manmohan Singh's time, the UPA government did not have enough majority to pass the constitutional amendment in both the houses, and BJP at that time, the opposition at that time, they opposed. They did not agree, saying that India is going to lose, because this 51 Bangladeshi villages, it was only 7,100 acres of land, which India is going to get. India is going to give up 111 villages, and the 111 villages added up to 17,160 acres. So, a net loss of around 10,000 acres of land will be there, because India is giving up 111 villages, Bangladesh is giving up only 51. So, there would have been a net loss of around 10,000 acres of land. On that issue, opposition did not cooperate, and the amendment was not passed, or other constitutional amendment was not, because any exchange of territory by India with another foreign country and constitutional amendment is required. So, we could not do. But when Prime Minister Modi came to power in 2014, 100th Amendment Act was passed, because he had the majority also, and the opposition also supported, cooperated. There was no opposition to this constitutional amendment bill, and 100th Amendment Act was passed, and the exchange, the enclaves, or the exchange of the enclaves took place, and the people of the villages were given the choice either to stay back in the same place where they are living, and even though they were called as Indians, now they will be declared as Bangladeshis, and vice versa. They were given the choice to even come to India or go to Pakistan, Bangladesh. All the options were given. Some people agreed to exchange, most of them stayed back where they are. So, Indian people, the Indian enclave people, 111 of them, they became Bangladeshis, and 51 of them who were called as Bangladeshis earlier, now they have become Indians. This agreement was done in 2014, and the 2015 constitutional amendment 2015, and this land exchange, okay, this enclaves, the settlement of border enclaves and the land boundary agreement 2015 has finally. So, in the constitutional amendment took place in 15, and by 2016 we settled the matter. The exchange took place, and there is no issue of chit mahals today. That is how the issue. So, this is because the card playing, tash khelna, card playing hobby of the kings and nawabs at that time. Okay. Anyway, so that is the situation as far as this chit mahals are concerned. Okay. So, that is about it. Now, moving out of this,